Folks, welcome back to the No Laying Up preview show presented by the DraftKings Sportsbook. My name is DJ Pyhowski, joined, of course, by TC. Tron, hello.
Hello, DJ.
Big Randall, hello.
Hello.
Solly, how are you?
I'm great. Are you guys ready to talk some Wingfoot?
I'm so ready to talk Wingfoot.
Well, where do we start? Where do you want to go first?
I mean, you guys have played it.
Well, not to brag.
Oh, God.
Not to brag.
God.
I was
So
hoping
where do you guys
I was
wanna
hoping
start?
we weren't going to bring that up.
Yeah. I mean, all right. So, all right,
let's
first
start there.
hole, first shot. I drove in the right rough.
Well, first of all, where we go for breakfast? You know, I'm just kidding.
Total members club.
Complete members club. Super easy to get a game there. Shower pressure. Let's just get out ahead of that.
The water pressure.
Oh my gosh.
Soup.
Best in the entire Northeast, all the way down to Oakmont and Pittsburgh area. The best water pressure in the Northeast.
Of course, the Jewish rye toast in the clubhouse.
Oh,
TC.
my
I'm sure
gosh.
you've heard whispers of that in the circles you run in.
They got soup?
Probably.
Probably.
Probably fantastic.
Honestly, we kind of just got punched in the face for like 4 hours. I kind of was just decompressing in the clubhouse.
I do remember walking off and being like, okay, we played it like spring of 2018. It was especially wet winter that year. It was fresh off a renovation. I remember walking off and being like, all right, that wasn't it. Like, it was soft. The greens were soft. You could see how much stuff was going on the greens, and we didn't get balls getting rejected, and we couldn't, experience the not being able to hold greens from the rough and pitching down the hill and all that stuff. So while we've played it, we've not played it anything like it's going to be like this week.
I had a very weird round there. Complete blackout on two different ends of the spectrum. I shot 49 on the front and I shot 37 on the back. And
You do that a lot.
I do that a lot. And I don't really remember any of the shots on either side because I was playing so bad on the front nine that I just blacked out. Every single hole was just drive it in the chip back to the fairway, get up around the green, probably make double. And then every hole in the back was just complete blackout, like in the good way. Like, I don't remember any of it. I know I birdied something, but I don't remember what holes I birdied. I was so much more like, so all that being said, I left the golf course, and for the last 2 years, I've been thinking like, yeah, Wingfoot, I don't know, man. It's just really hard. Everybody seems to love it, but I don't know. It just was really, really hard, and I don't really remember it. Watching, I want to shout out a couple of excellent videos. Andy Johnson, Fried Egg, did a great one all about the greens at Wingfoot with Jeff Ogilvy and Gil Hance. And Golf Digest did one with Ron Whitten going through every hole. Seeing the flyovers and seeing the greens, and I think that's what you're getting at, Tolly, was like all of a sudden seeing them again, I was like, holy shit, I'm excited for this week. This is going to be awesome. And I was not the right player to be playing that golf course. These guys are the right players to be playing that.
When you're playing it, do you find yourself looking wistfully over at the East course?
Yes.
As in, like, that looks like a little more fun for us to play. Yes, a little bit. But to your point, this is what this golf course is there for. It's there for championship golf.
Yes.
And it is going to be like, we can debate we can talk about some narrow versus wide. What do you like to see? I know what you'd like to see, Randy, and we'll of course cover that. But, I struggle to think, I struggle to say that, wider would be better for this. Like, this is like, no, dude, hit it here.
Yeah.
Like, do this. This is an execution test. Hit it right here. And if you can't do it, you got a lot harder shot coming into the green, and you're probably not going to make par.
And I'm sure we'll get to it, but there were umpteen million videos of the rough being sprinkled about Twitter right now. And I think there was a Gary Woodland quote this morning that like, no, 4-iron from the fairway is probably better than 7-iron from the rough this week. And so I think when we looked at like Bethpage, that was a good example, or Harding Park's probably a even better example of a place where it's like, yeah, the rough's thick. Everybody's probably going to miss some fairways, so you might as well be super close to the green. I think the rough is going to be so thick this week that might not be the case. So I'm sure it'll be the case on some holes, but the greens are so wild, so hard to approach. The run-ups are so narrow. Like Harding Park is a good example of if you're in the rough, you can probably still chase one up there. And I think we saw that a lot. Whereas Wingfoot, it's pretty tight run-up spots. I mean, you're supposed to come in from the air.
Not only that, there's a couple really interesting cross bunkers or bunkers that are way well short of the green. They're not necessarily green side, that if you're in the fairway, you're not even thinking about those bunkers. But as soon as you get out of position and you need to worry about where you're laying one up or how you're getting to a green, they come into play immediately. So even more emphasis on actually hitting the ball in the fairway. And to your point on the rough, it's kind of interesting talking to a couple players and the caddies about what they've seen. It's it's graduated, but not on every hole. And like some of these short holes are, and I think I've noted at least 3 of them that I know that this exists. It goes from like 1 foot of intermediate rough straight into the 5-inch rough. So like all these short par fours have like deeper. I still haven't really processed why, or what that does. But the longer holes have more graduated rough. So if
it makes sense because it's like on the shorter holes, if they're Lonto proofing it.
I would say
don't just bang it up there close to the green. You got to hit a good shot.
Yeah.
The longer holes, though, it gives guys more of a license to pound the driver on it rather than hitting an iron into the fairway and coming in further back.
But think about it this way. You got to think that on the shorter holes, if guys are laying back or if guys are playing for the fairway, they're not going to get I think on the longer holes, if you made it right off the fairway, you're penalizing the short hitters just as much as the long hitters.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Otherwise, so you've got to graduate it there. On the short holes where there is a choice of what to do, you really have to make the choice.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, it seems not only that, in the USOpen.com has great flyovers of individual holes with like step by step of, hey, like you need to play it close to this bunker for this angle. And they note on there that the driving zones, and I don't know if this is on every hole, but with the very first hole, the driving zones narrow the closer you get to the target, which is something people have called for a long time. Of, hey, a way to counteract distance is like make it harder to hit the fairway the further down you get. And I do remember this too about trying to figure out lines when we were out there because you have to get the right distance with your driver because of the shape of some of these holes. You can't just pound it. It's like on this line, I have to hit it this far, but on this line, I would have to hit it a different distance. So that could be interesting to watch as well.
I'm thrilled to watch this golf course.
Randy, what are your thoughts? I mean, you've been quiet over there. We've been rambling.
I'm excited. My sources are telling me the carnage. I just hope it comes to be. That's what I'm looking for. A proper U.S. Open struggle. I want guys upset. I want to hear guys complaining that the course isn't fair. That's really what I'm looking for.
Can I hit you with a couple stats and anecdotes? Would that be okay with you?
Please.
So I want to shout out, friend of the program, Sean Martin, also did a really nice piece for PJTour.com, just kind of rounding up some of the famous Wingfoot stuff. So some of this comes from him, but it's the 6th U.S. Open at Wingfoot. Only 2 courses have hosted more. Randy, can you name them?
Oakmont.
That's one, of course.
And Pebble Beach?
Not Pebble Beach. This will tie them with Pebble
Shinny.
Beach. No, great guess.
Pinehurst.
No.
That was a bad guess.
Bad guess. They've only hosted like 2, right? 3?
Oak
3.
Hill.
No, I'll just tell you guys. Baltusrol.
The Sral.
The Sral.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Obviously become more famous for their PJ championships. But it is just...
They're alleged PJ
They're alleged PJ championships. It's just a complete disaster factory, basically. I mean, only, I guess, 2 guys. One winner has been under par in those 6 U.S. Opens. Fuzzy Zeller at -4. He actually tied Neil's boy Greg Norman, also at -4, but Norman shot 5 over in the playoff. So I guess, over 90 holes, he was not under par.
I got 2 birdie holes out there. 6 and 9 were the only ones. Of course, nice. And the only 2 ones that
11 kind of too. 11 I think has a little bit of a funnel bowl and kind of a weird fairway that seems to help it out. But 6 is the one I mega circled when you were talking about short 4s and really 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 narrow stuff. Like there is so much cool stuff going on with 6.
And the greens are so big that I cannot wait to watch this. Right, because huge greens give you a lot of opportunities still to tuck pins in corners and tuck pins near slopes.
Well, so there's more to that too with the Hans restoration. So like there should be even more than there were in 2006 because they haven't been back there since 2006. Gil Hanse and Jim Wagner went in 2017, I think, and redid it all. And so that was like the focus of a lot of the great videos I talked about on the front. It was like there's so many new pin spots and there's so many more slopes that like used to be thick grass. Now they're part of the playing surface where you can use those to funnel back to other pins. You can use those to try to get back to the middle of the green. And it should be super, super interesting as long as it stays firm, which hopefully it will.
But it forces decision-making is my favorite part.
Yeah.
And that, if you got a pin that's all the way up against the left side of a green and there's, 30 yards to the right of it, you are deciding how much you want to take on. If I want to get close to this pin, if I'm a yard left of it, I'm toast.
Right.
But, if I'm, 10 feet right of it, I can make birdie. If I'm 25 feet, I'm probably not making birdie. How close do people inch to it? And, if you bail out too safe, it might start rolling away from you and you might leave yourself a really hard 2-putt. Like for an execution test off the tee, it's going to be like, hey, hit it here. got to decide what clubs to hit and how much risk to take on. But it's pretty much like, hey, hit these narrow fairways. Coming into the greens is going to be especially interesting.
Especially, I think a lot of those slopes and those new pin locations and stuff, I think as you're trying to feed balls down, it just brings in so many bunkers and so much horrible, super thick stuff around the greens. It's just, it's going to be awesome, I think.
Randy, it's a big week for you for pin sheets.
Yeah.
I know. I just
Randy, it sounds
couldn't
like
have said it any better.
it sounds like the ultimate pin sheets week.
Can I make a request to the governing bodies? This week at Sweetens Cove, No Laying Up in partnership with ProCharge Holdings had pin sheets with contour maps on them. How much more helpful was that than just like the circle maps? I don't know what that means. Like, show me, is it on a slope? Is there a slope next to it? Can they use somewhere else? Randy, I think
Well, that's part of the bit. Is they're absolutely meaningless.
so useless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a bit.
gosh, it would just seems like
I mean, except for like the handful of people who've played Wingfoot over and over again,
Right.
That they have that
God.
intimate knowledge.
That pin on 7, man. It's gonna
the
be,
members know.
What I love is all the people that tweet it out as if that adds to the viewing experience in some way. Like, to your point of, without any slope around it or anything, like, we are literally going to see where the pin is when they show it on TV. Like, what am I looking out for by having this pin sheet?
Exactly.
So
So I guess you need pin sheets CBS weeks though.
Oh.
But
What else? Brutally difficult in 2006. How many rounds under par total for the tournament?
Ooh, 7.
-3.
-3. You got it. 12 only. And what was the lowest round of the week? TC
66.
68. I could see where you thought I was setting you up for though. No, 66 on the weekend here. 66 on the weekend here would be really nice.
Ben Shaw this past weekend gave me a ball mark. It's same guy that made Neil St. Rapio ball marker. It said 66 sat, 66 on either side of it. So thank you to him. An homage to Mackenzie Hughes, of course.
No, so the lowest anyone went in 06 was 2 under par, 68, which is wild to just let that sink in for a minute. Hale Irwin, when he won in 74, I think, won it at 7 over. It's the highest winning score at a major since. No one's gone higher than that. And from Smartin's piece, a lot of people think that was a direct reaction to Johnny Miller's 63 the year before, and we're just gonna absolutely turn it up and get people to hang themselves. So I guess I don't know if that pivots to Randy's.
Does that get you excited?
Does that get you
Yes.
excited? And if you could expound on what do you like to see from U.S. Open?
I like to see frustration. I like to see, when a guy makes par on the first hole and the commentary will get, he would sign up for 17 more of those today. That's what I like to see. Last year, hopefully they've cranked it up in reaction to last year's U.S. Open Pebble Beach Pro-Am that they put on. It just, I want, what was it? Jack Nicklaus who said, half the field has already lost when they show up. Like, that's what I want. I want guys totally beaten down. And
That's your form of entertainment for
4 days.
for this week.
Yeah, for 4 days.
For U.S. Open week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it when, like, instead of thinking, all right, those guys haven't teed off yet, the scores or whatever, it's like, yeah, those guys haven't teed off yet, and everybody's going to be backing up. That's the coolest thing in
Yes.
the world to watch on, like, a Saturday morning when, you know what, like, leaders are at 2 under, but, like, they haven't teed off yet. They're obviously going to be, like, 3 over by the time this thing.
Are we talking ourselves into the fact that scores are going to be high? I feel like it's a very pre-major thing to do. It's like, oh, man, everyone's saying the course is really tough. Like, it's going to be tough. And then you go and watch, like, Rom and DJ play a course and like, oh, yeah, well, we forgot, like, how good they are. It's not actually hard for them. I don't know if
That's what I don't know.
Yeah, so the greens are kind of soft right now so far, which they claim, and players have been told that they're going to be firming up. They're turning the sub-air on. They got some rain last week, apparently, and fairways are not mega firm. They're not rolling out too far. So, gosh, when it's soft, I know that makes it play longer, but with how far these guys hit it, they like it soft. And if they don't get those greens crisped up, it's going to, the score will be under par.
I think I'll put it this way. If the scores are not high this week, then literally I don't know what else you can do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
If this is Randy, I think they're making their absolute best effort. I don't think there's any other levers they can pull that aren't like completely putting alligators in the middle of the fairway.
Well, TC and I, on our trap draw preview this week, our guest says, everything's in place. The weather, things are starting to firm up. So
he was headed out to Garden City for around this afternoon, but he said, it's chilling out. It's starting to get crispy and
it's also literally chilling out, right?
Was the guest Neil?
No, it's not Neil. Although, Neil. Actually,
Neil couldn't be reached. He's at another top 100 course.
Neil played Camargo yesterday. It's in Cincinnati.
But back to the difficulty, though, what as far as like memorable finishes or even memorable tournaments, do you remember the easier, quote unquote, easier U.S. Opens more, or the more like the absolute
I guess
most difficult ones?
I think you would consider the Pebble U.S. Open, the Cat one, to be considered like one of the harder
Seriously.
U.S. Opens.
Yeah.
I think
For sure.
that's the one you remember the most because it was a mix of Cat making it look easy and everybody getting crushed.
Right. That's a super interesting question. What else would you put in like the super hard category? Shinnecock?
Memorable is it's unique to each person, right? Is it?
Right.
Sure.
Remember, like of course everybody remembers 04 at Shinnecock. Like that was.
But everybody
complete
also
disaster.
remembers Chambers Bay.
But is that
Yeah.
I think was Chambers Bay good in your
Chambers
mind?
Bay was, and as was Shinnecock, and I realized both of those were under par, but there was enough like wonkiness going on that I was all in.
I think does it I was gonna say, does it boil down to just you want the players to be really upset?
Yes, I want them to feel like they don't have complete control.
Yes.
You want Jason Gore to have his work cut out for him.
Yeah,
End of the week
exactly.
this week. The USGA. No, guys, we're on your side. We're for the good of the game.
You know what I remembered the other day that just made me so happy was the USGA tweet to Justin Thomas.
Justin, we need
to talk. That was an all-timer. I just apropos of nothing, just wanted to float that out there.
Yeah.
So you're not a John Bodenhammer fan.
Well,
He doesn't know yet, right?
yeah,
You don't know yet.
I'm
set
open
up
to
Pebble.
becoming a fan.
I know, but I think
Yeah.
Pebble was kind of like, hey guys, new guy in town. We're going to ease into the relationship here. I'm not going to punch you in the face right when I'm introducing
Yeah.
myself.
I want to say I think Pebble was outstanding for the conditions that they had.
That's where I wanna
If the
go
wind
next.
would have got up, I think Randy, it would have been exactly what you were looking for, and I think their hands were tied. And
RNA
to their
RNA
credit-
gets praised
Yeah,
every
exactly.
time that they let the conditions dictate the scoring, and the USGA, when it doesn't blow, they try to manipulate the golf course and it gets ridiculous. Or now for once they didn't manipulate it nearly enough, and people are giving them too much of a hard time.
But that's I know I'm beating a drum here. That's what I get back to. Like Shinnecock, they had it absolutely on the edge of complete wackiness.
But they lost it
2
It was
years
gone.
ago.
It was gone.
And then they totally caved and they overwatered it. What I'm looking for is guys who think they've hit perfect shots, done exactly what they wanted to do, and they get boned.
And I think that's what's so cool about Wingfoot is I think we'll see a ton of that because the slopes on the greens are so severe. And I love
That was the issue with Harding Park.
they're so flat.
They're so flat.
Yeah.
Where like even if guys are hitting the middle of the green, it's still
Like there's nothing
it's not a tough two putt.
where I'm with you for sure. There's nothing better than the slow motion car wreck where it's like, oh wow, I think that's 15 feet. Oh no, it's still moving. Oh no, it's coming all the way off the front, and then they're just pissed in the fairway. Like that's, I think, what Wingfoot brings to the table.
Golf is very exciting to watch on TV when the ball is rolling on the
Yes.
ground and guys don't have control.
Yes. When they're saying sit. I think it's that just got me really excited. to watch some golf.
Go watch. I'm telling you, those flyover videos were so good. Go watch those and like. Again, I think I said it up front, but it's like I don't need to be playing this golf course. I truly don't ever need to go play it again. I just want to watch these guys go play it because it's going to be the perfect test.
To that point, live TV cameras tend to flatten out things out, and a drone flyover in the proper light can show the contours that are like you can be pretty high up on those flyovers and be like, oh god, look at where do you even come into that green from?
I think number one, one of them mentioned, I don't know if it was the digest one mentioned that the green, I think it's 7 feet higher in the back than the front. And like number 18 was another one that I forget, apologies which video this was in, but they basically, 18 has the super famous mega false front on the front that's probably, 15 feet?
15,000 feet, I think I saw it.
But I think Gil Hans was saying Tillinghast wanted it to look like steps up to the clubhouse, which is just such a cool thought. And that was my one concern, quote unquote concern about the TV is like, hopefully you get a sense of that. And I know NBC's probably short staffed and short kind of, trying to piece together their production, kind of getting it at the last minute here. But
Yeah, I forgot about that.
like they weren't even supposed to broadcast it, but like that's all I'm dying for is like the low handheld stuff to just show how wild this place is, because it's very intimidating from the fairway.
What's the just as far as the general context of the property, is it pretty flat throughout, or is it just kind of rolling?
There's some parts that it's like a, God, I was getting ready to say like a Midwest, country club style course of, it's not severe land movement, but it's definitely not flat. I think to like Muirfield Village or something like that, it moves around a lot like that. There's going out towards number 4, there's a big downhill, long par 4, and then you come back up the hill with 5, and you go back downhill with 6. And so it's not dramatic, but it's not Florida flat. It's not flat in any regard.
Yeah, 11's got the kind of like rock outcroppings there on 11, and a little bit of movement there. But yeah, it's like all in, I think compared to like Shinnecock, it's like not, it's way flatter, right? I mean, it's not quite the same as that.
I wouldn't say way flatter, but it is flatter. Like it's somewhat in the same realm, I would say.
All right, so going back to the rough.
The rough. So again, we're going to kind of see how all this plays out. But I in looking at the flyovers and thinking about this and seeing the pictures of the cans and stuff and all the rough and whatever, who Peter Jacobson took a piece of grass and put it next to a ruler, and it was like 11 inches long at one point. I think the greens, if they firm out, they're going to be such a good defense as it is, that I would love to see guys have the ability to try to stop shots from the rough on those greens. And if it's so thick that they can't even try to get at it, I feel like that's kind of a double hazard and kind of is just going to make people pitch out and then try to get up and down, which I don't think is that interesting. I know my carnage guy might think differently, but I think you could have even more carnage giving guys enough rope to hang themselves to try to hit shots at it. I don't know how, if they're going to be able to get to do that. I mean, maybe they will out of 5-inch rough. I don't know what 5-inch rough really actually means.
Well, I think it's big. You've got 78-degree, kind of partly cloudy day Thursday as it stands now, and you've got a 64-degree day with rain on Friday. It could get gnarly if there's some moisture. If basically they dry the greens out a little bit, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday it dumps a little bit, rough gets wet, and then Saturday, Sunday, highs of 63, but sunny, partly cloudy kind of stuff.
Which we know what that means. The Cats sweaters, they're going to be crispy, all right? They're going to be nice. But it is sweater weather, which, I don't know I guess when was the last U.S. Open we saw like that? I guess the Northwest ones, I
haven't been on Twitter in a week. I just had so much going on. It wasn't really a conscious decision. But now I feel good that I haven't been on Twitter in a week because I haven't had to watch these rough videos.
Exactly. Now I'm just excited for it. Yeah. I think that plays a big role. I think that was extremely well said about the rough. I would rather see guys trying to run really hard 5 and 6 irons and getting punched in the face around the green than I would like chip out and then hit a wedge close, because they're all so good with wedges.
I know it all comes back to Royal Melbourne, but when guys would hit it in the rough there, which was not much, but it was like, this is going to be interesting to see if he can hold a green from here.
Check it out, though. Everything you guys were telling me about the greens, what if they still can't get the wedges closed?
Well, that would be interesting. But listen, these guys are good, Randy. We'll see.
We're going to see how good they are. One thing that's being overlooked, I know it's been floated, this isn't necessarily an original thought, but with how thick the rough is, there are going to be a lot of lost balls this week.
Yes.
Simply, they just can't locate them. I mean, the
also,
volunteers...
There's no fans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The volunteers maybe are the most important part of this year's. I should say the paying volunteers. I don't think you can even call them volunteers. They are paying to work. They literally could help shape the tournament if they're able to locate certain errant shots or not.
What a world that this is the sport that we love. Like there's going to be some like 76-year-old and God bless them, but there's going to be some 76-year-old volunteer who like might have a very defining moment in this championship.
Maybe this is the one year that they should pay. They're getting to watch.
Is going to be, that's a great point.
God, yeah.
I'd charge them double.
They may have.
Take away their lunch buffet.
You said they'd be most important, but that, of course, after the Supers.
After the Supers. The Supers have a very important role to play.
I do think there's definitely something to the balls, not ending up in places where the rough has been trampled down. There's no fans. That is a very, very real thing. I know, people say the grandstanding things don't matter and all that stuff. But I think that the rough getting trampled is a very real thing. It seems to be less spotty. Like Harding Park was spotty. Like it was very random where you ended up. Like you could have got a very good lie. I don't think there's going to be too many good lies in the rough this week, but we will see.
We will see.
Should we do some picks?
Let's do it.
Is it that time?
Come on.
There is no better way to enjoy the U.S. Open than to join the action with the DraftKings Sportsbook. It is America's top-rated sportsbook app to celebrate golf's first major of the new season. They're offering a special odds and promotions all weekend long, and all new users get a sign-up bonus up to, can you guess?
$1,000.
Oh, TC's been paying attention. My star pupil, DJ, looked around completely confused, had no idea that was coming.
I'm not a new user.
Listen, of course, America first. An American-made sportsbook is supporting American-made golfers by doubling your winnings if any American wins this week. How about that?
All right.
TC, how do you feel
Does
about
Jason Day count as an American? now? 'Cause I was thinking about throwing some on him, but if he counts as an American, I'm definitely throwing
I
some
don't
on him.
think that he technically would. I know Dustin Johnson will, of course, count as an American, and he's
not gonna
the
win
favorite. Can I get this out of the way? Stop calling the favorite of the tournament odds-on favorite. That's not what odds-on means.
Does that bug you?
It bugs me.
He
so
said we were
much.
listening to the Sirius XM on the way up, and they kept saying it. He was freaking out.
It makes me so upset.
You want to roll out of the car.
Definitely should not admit that because now that's all everything. Like I'll say it more.
Well, that's perfect. If we could make it a bit, I'd be way in on that. But you can head to the app right now, check out all they have to offer, including player props, day-by-day action, even hole-by-hole live betting. You can do some really fun stuff, and I have. We're going to get to that. And if golf is not for you, the DraftKings Sportsbook offers great odds and promotions all week long for football, basketball, and so much more. It is safe, secure, and a reliable betting app. You can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. So download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code NLU when you sign up. For a limited time, all new users get a sign-up bonus up to
$1,000.
That's right. DraftKings Sportsbook is going all out with a sign-up bonus up to
$1,000.
Just enter code NLU when you sign up. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana, 1-800-9.
With it.
Hell yeah.
Great stuff, man.
Who wants to go first? Should we throw it to Neil first for his picks?
Throw it to Neil.
Let's start to Neil first.
All right, let's pipe in Neil.
All right. It's the kid checking in from the Queen City, the true Queen City, Cincinnati. All you Charlotte people can GTFO. The Ohio River Whale, the Cincinnati Kid. We're still working on this week's nickname, but man, big week. Double dipped on Ches last week. He T3s, so he gets paid on the top 10, and he gets paid on the matchup bet against Emiliano Grillo. So we are vibing this week. I got some good ones. 5 bets, 20 nuggets each. We're going top 10, Matty Fitz, Grinder on a firm and fast track, plus 500. Top 10, Joaquin, I'm hurt dog, Neiman. Coach told us to dominate, and we going to do it. Top 10, plus 900. Top 10 for Brendan Todd. The guy's on the leaderboard every week, plus 600. And then we're going top 20 on Ches, plus 400. Have to do it. Love Ches. Love getting paid on Ches. I'm going to ride that horse until he doesn't run anymore. And then lastly, a winner bet. I'm gonna dip my toe into picking a winner this week. Tommy Ladd. I feel like he might show up this week. Plus 3,500 to win it. Things should get real interesting, maybe gnarly. Hopefully we lose the course this week at Wingfoot. I played it a few weeks back, and it was treacherous, is what I'll say there. So that's it. 20 nuggets on each. I'm excited to watch. See ya. Thanks.
Should we have our champion from last season?
That would mean a lot to me if we could hear from our champion first.
Do you guys want to congratulate me at all? I wasn't here to receive your accolades.
We paid congratulations on the Safeway show.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Great job, man. So cool.
Thank you.
It was a total tortoise and hare situation. Randy's chipping away with little, it reminded me of being on the craps table with you in Reno. We get a $2 yo.
I never hit the yo.
Randy might be a nationalist. He was doing all sorts of nationalist.
He was,
all
exactly.
year.
I'm not even taking 5 plays this week. I'm taking 3 plays.
Confident. Does that mean you're confident or not confident?
I'm not confident. I'm not confident. I want people to know that. Just because I don't know if there's going to be true carnage. But okay, so my 3 plays. Let's start with one of my favorite props, top lefty in the tournament. Top lefty in the tournament. I believe there are 4 of them. I'm, of course, going to take Mickelson. He's at plus 175 as the top lefty.
So you got Mickelson, Harmon, Bubba, and Big Shot Bob McIntyre.
Wow, no respect for Bob McIntyre.
Well, listen, I'm going to put 30 points on that.
Okay.
And my second play is we're taking Jason Day in the top 20. I think
like that.
I think he's tailor-made. If he's on, he's going to hit it straight. He hits it far. He had some good form, although he didn't, the last couple weeks specifically, he's
You're
been
talking yourself
quiet.
out of this pick. I should
No,
keep talking.
no. So we're going to put another 30 on Jason Day to finish in the top 20. Let me confirm those odds. That is plus 150. Okay. And then my final one, 40 points, straight out winner, Patrick Cantlay.
Oh,
Wow.
thought he was going to say Reed. I was about
I
to
did
run
too.
through a wall.
I
So
know.
excited.
No, 35 plus 3,500.
Wow.
Love it.
Yeah.
No Harris English play this week.
No Harris. I thought about maybe as a top Georgia player.
Jared, he got the all Georgia Bulldog pairing.
Yeah, they've been messing
Davis
a little bit with the
Thompson,
pairings.
Harris English, and Brendan Todd.
So those
Very
are
cool.
the picks. I don't
Go
feel very
Dogs.
confident, but let's go get them.
I love hearing that from you.
TC, what do you got? We shouldn't. We should make him go last so we can cut him off. But go ahead. What do you got?
I was trying to do a Yankee, but
Would have been very cool in New York.
yeah, but in honor of Mackenzie Hughes, I'm going to do another Canadian. We've got DJ over Rahm, Harris English over Tyrrell Hatton. I don't know why I picked that one. I hate that already. Matt Fitzpatrick over Justin Rose, Adam Scott over Fleetwood, and Bubba over Kisner. 2 nuggets on each way. Canadian, as we all know at this point,
course,
is five picks all the way around. So it's 26 plays housed within that single wager.
Sure.
So that's 52 nuggets right there. Potential payout of about 444.
That'd be nice.
Next, we're just going to sprinkle 4 $9.50 or $9.5 unit plays all across the board. Dustin winner plus 850. We're going to do.
Tronny Appleseed over here.
We're
Just sprinkling
actually
the board.
we're only going to do 3 of these because
We have a late break. We just got news into the big board room.
we're going to do Adam Scott plus 5,000 for 18 nuggets
To win.
to win.
Okay.
And then, I was thinking about Cantlay, but I'm going to go with my man, Jason Day.
Jason Dye.
Nine-
A lot of love.
9.5 nuggets for plus 3,500 or plus 3,300.
All right.
Did-
That didn't take that much time.
Well, do you mean Adam Scott for 19 nuggets?
19 nuggets, yeah.
Okay.
What did I say?
18.
No,
Good
19
looking
nuggets.
ass.
I want to
19
make
nuggets.
sure you get your full 100 nuggets out
Yeah,
on
the fact that
on
you
the-
didn't
on the table.
use all your nuggets some of these weeks and you won is
That's
not-
concerning.
not a
No,
good
he
look.
was penalized for that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
penalized.
Yeah.
I thought that was prudent.
It's all above. It wasn't above board, but it is now that you were penalized. Deeply concerning to me that you guys didn't mention the player who I feel very strongly is going to win. You said you were not confident. I feel very confident.
Wow.
I'm hitching my wagon really to one guy this week.
the big golfer again.
Not the big golfer.
Are you going to apologize for the big golfer?
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
I
good.
am.
Thank you.
I am.
That's really cool,
I
yeah.
expected really big things from him. I will say we said he was going to win the Masters by $1 million, and we haven't played the Masters yet. So I'll issue a more formal apology after the Masters if that suits you.
I will not apologize because he almost won the PGA.
That's
And
true.
he's-
That's true. Will you apologize for that?
No.
Okay. No,
It's cool to see you guys come together.
we're not going with the big golfer. We're hitching our wagon to another
He's a big golfer.
no, he's tall, but he's far skinnier than the big golfer. Although he did kind of look like the big golfer in a recent drawing. He's mentioned that this is among, if not his favorite golf course on the entire planet Earth. Justin Thomas.
He's not tall.
He's tall. Taller than you.
It's like 5'11".
He's under
No,
6
really?
foot. Yeah.
He's taller than me.
Deeply concerning.
All right, whatever.
The middle-sized golfer.
The middle-sized golfer, Justin Thomas. I was going to try to say his middle name, but I don't remember what his middle name is. Hasn't played great at U.S. Opens in the past, won top 10, but I feel like this is his style of golf, his kind of golf course, weighted out.
Justin Lewis Thomas.
Justin Lewis Thomas. I'm putting 50 nuggies on him to win 750. I'm also going to do 2 straight forecast bets.
Love those.
JT first, DJ second. We'll throw 5 nuggets on that at plus 11,000. And then we've got a JT first, Xander second, 5 nuggies at plus 19,500. I'm also going to go with JT in a little group parlay here. JT to win Group A, and Harris English flushing it, as I've heard.
Allegedly.
Well, he was flushing it. Now that we've officially turned the season, I need to get back with my folks at Sea Island.
All accounts that I've heard is that he's still flushing it. JT to win Group A, Harris to win Group E. That's 30 nuggets to win 675. And then just for fun, for the little Jordan Spieth for a top 20. He's plus 400 for a top 20.
Yikes.
Which is a yikes. But I don't know. If it plays as hard as I think it's going to, and as people are saying, and blah, 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 maybe everyone else will just shoot themselves in the face, and Spieth can just kind of hang it around and grind and just shoot 6 over for the week, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
so,
dude, Napa wasn't all that.
It's just so broken.
He might quit the game this
he
week.
might. Yeah, he might. But listen, I'm going to be following him anyways, as I always say with these bets. I'm going to be following his route anyway, so I might as well have some skin in the game.
Nobody's mentioned Morikawa yet.
10 there to win 50.
All right. I don't believe anyone had anyone on this guy. If I ask a quick trivia question,
Dustin Johnson.
what were the 2 firmest events this year? What were the 2?
Bay Hill.
Memorial.
Colonial.
Bay Hill. And
Honda.
No, Hilton Head.
All right. Since the return to golf, what were the 2 most firm events?
Colonial.
Hilton Head.
Memorial and Olympia.
Yeah.
Hilton Head.
Really?
You're going-
I thought Colonial was
Hilton Head was
was
not
so
firm at
firm.
all.
It was mega firm.
No,
What are you talking
nobody
about?
made any
Won at like
bogeys. There was not
23
one
under.
bogey on the whole weekend.
Listen,
Not-
we'll
Are you
have
gonna
to
apologize
confirm
for that?
if you
Sorry,
didn't get
guys.
if you didn't get this trivia question right, you're not even going to remember who won.
John Ram.
Jonathan Ram.
His friends call him Rombo.
Yeah,
Ron
Rambo.
J. Ham.
Ron J. Ham.
He won both of those. I can easily picture him winning at Winged Foot. He's got his temper under control.
He's a matured Rob.
way more matured.
Waiting for me.
20 nuggets on him at plus 1,000 to win the United States Open Championship.
Wait, I'm seeing plus 900.
Well, when I entered these on yesterday,
Oh, yeah, you did this yesterday?
I made my picks
I
last
think
night.
it needs to be
Deeply
I think it
concerning.
needs to be day of.
I
Too
would
late,
feel
got
more
the
comfortable.
screenshot.
I would feel more comfortable if it was current odds.
Well, I got the screenshot to prove it, so I'm good there.
Fine. He's not going to win anyways.
A fun little nugget on this. You can do the top American player. You can go by nationality, but you can also have place bets for like somebody like Dustin Johnson to finish in the top 5 among American players.
Of course.
His odds are plus 100 to do that. This is the first time I've ever done that, and I love that.
Yeah, welcome to the props page.
I feel they don't have that for every event.
No,
but
no,
for
no.
the majors. 20 nuggets on that at plus 100. Look, it's a mild bet.
Sure.
We got a different strategy this year. We're not going to try to keep swinging for the fences because it didn't work out great for me.
But when it does,
Some after round 1 bets. Again, this is to be in the top 10 after round 1. Rom is plus 300. I'm going 20 nuggets on that.
That's a nice bet.
love. He's not going to play himself out of this tournament, and neither is Dustin Johnson at plus 275. 20 more nuggets on that to be top 10 after round 1. A guy I haven't heard anybody talk about, but played great at the PGA. Has been awesome in the return to golf, and you can get him at plus 300 to finish in the top 10. Daniel Berger. So 20 more nuggets on that. So spreading my chips evenly across the board, but riding hard for DJ and Rom, and then throwing a little wrinkle in there with Berger.
Very interesting. I think this might be the mega sweepstakes right here. Is under those nationality props, the top Scandinavian player. You got Hovland is odds odds-on favorite.
Is he odds on?
I almost said JT was the odds-on favorite, even though he's neither the favorite nor the odds-on favorite, which I think of it is going to be a new bit.
Hovland plus 138, Noren plus 275, Stenson third plus 350, Rasmus Højgaard plus 400. Zero respect for Stenson whatsoever.
Wow. Solly will have to apologize if Noren hits that bet also.
Yeah, Noren. Yeah, it's Noren with better odds or whatever.
It's weird, right?
Less odds than Stenson.
So
I feel like those are very respectful, responsible bets from you this week.
Thank you.
I really like seeing that.
I'm surprised nobody went deep on the board. I feel like if there
There's some
truly
value.
will be carnage,
I know.
I feel like those are the U.S. Opens where you get the one-time winner.
Can I tell you?
All right, so if you go deep on the board, if you go under, let's say, under plus 10,000 and under, who are you going with?
I think this is maybe if Kisner's ever going to win a U.S. Open, maybe he just hangs around. I don't know the answer to that question, but like Ian Poulter, could Ian Poulter put 4 days together?
See, I think this is going to be
I think it's going to be
definite-
heavyweights only.
Proper
you can't.
ass.
Yeah, you can't fake it. Not that those guys are faking it, but just over 72 holes, it's not. I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to make it look pretty. But over 72 holes, it's hard not to look past the first two names up there on the odds sheet, in my opinion.
Max is plus 40,000.
Those are long odds.
He's plus 2,800 for a top 10.
He's your odds-on favorite this week.
My tank is empty on the
Yeah.
preview. I'm excited to watch golf. Anything else, we'll just talk ourselves into somebody
gotta
else
do-
winning.
Who will not win?
Who will not
Oh,
win?
gosh. How could I almost forget? The most important part of the show. Who will not win
And we need
United States Open?
who will win too. I don't think everybody said their actual
That's true.
JT, I'm firmly deep on that one.
My official pick to win is Dustin Johnson. No, he was not included in my 5 bets as a winner, but my official pick to win is Dustin Johnson.
My official pick to win is Adam Scott.
Okay.
I think Mickelson's for sure going to win, but
For sure.
For sure.
just in case, like my other pick, if you'll allow it, is Patrick Cantlay.
Okay.
Very interesting. Pick to not win.
These are easy.
Are we
bud.
allowed to say cat?
Well, no, because the whole thing is you want to.
I know.
You got to try to fly as close to it as you can. I'll say Morikawa,
Wow. Okay.
which I don't know if that's too safe. Like not winning 2 majors in a row is.
He's in the
tough,
top
but-
10 in odds, right? I mean, I think that's
he's
yeah.
number 6. He's odds-on favorite.
I'll say JT.
Love it. We'll see on the battlefield.
Is Webb Simpson enough? Plus
Yeah.
2,500?
Oh, yeah.
I'll say Webb is not going to win.
Yeah, but that's. Listen,
Randy.
we know Finau and Ricky aren't going to win.
Of course.
I'm going to make a pledge to the folks. I will not RIP the cat this week.
Out of respect.
Because I'm RIPing him right now. RIP cat. Let's just get it out of the way.
I'll make 2 picks if you didn't like that then, Randy. I'll
Okay.
do Webb and Bryson. Both will not win.
Okay, but Bryson's better. That's a little bit better. I'm gonna take DJ for sure won't win. Rom isn't gonna win.
The U.S. Open?
Yeah, and then who else?
JT?
The odds of
I
this
think
one.
JT might. I think JT might. So I'll say Rom and DJ for sure.
That's really
Brilliant.
bold.
That's brilliant.
Awesome.
He's cocky after he guessed
Notice I'm
Morikawa.
not saying Rory though. There's something about
Yeah.
just having a kid.
The baby thing kept me away from Rory. I would have said Rory otherwise.
Yeah, and
There's only
I
2
could
par
see JT
5s,
win
so
too.
Rory can't gang up on the field there.
All right, we're wrapping at that. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We got live shows coming all week. Pumped to bring you those and ready to sit and watch a lot of golf on a lot of different channels, but watching a lot of golf.
We're doing those Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And then we'll pod on
Conclusion of
Sunday.
coverage.
Yep.
Correct.
Cool.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Cheers.
Crack on.